it's become very difficult for anyone to accept that he's unwell. Rather, the problem with the mental illness is that everyone keep refusing that they have a mental illness unless until the things become really bad or serious. So the issue is that no one can voluntarily become unwell. It's coincidence or by chance or biological factors.
Hello and welcome back to our podcast with Tulsi Healthcare, taking care of your mental health. I'm Vanshika, your host. Today we have an expert in the field with us, Dr. Gaurav Gupta. We'll be tackling the role of psychology in mental health, separating myths from reality. Hello, Dr. Gupta. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you, Vanshika?
I'm very good. Thank you for being back here today. Please discuss with us, share with us why this knowing the truth from reality and understanding myths in psychology is very crucial to all of us.
Yeah, Vanshika, that is very important. Reason being is that we all carry such belief system as if somebody intentionally or voluntarily wanting to become unwell, or somebody is with low IQ is mentally unwell. While these are myths, the reality is that mental illness is like any other illness, like somebody develop diabetes or blood pressure or asthma. Similarly, we can have the mental illness, and it's because there is some neurotransmitter imbalance in the brain, and it has nothing to do with the voluntary effect. Now, simultaneously, sometimes we see that if someone is unsuccessful, they say he's unsuccessful, that's why he's mentally ill. Or he's going through the tough relationship, then also we say that. That is not the fact. The fact is that unsuccess we can tackle very well if we are mentally healthy. We all can have difficult time and ups and downs in the life, and to deal with that we have to be mentally healthy. So mental illness is very, very different than stress or coping skills. So, and no one wants to be mentally unwell. So it happens because maybe there is something wrong neurochemically or neurobiologically in the brain, or there are issues which we have to face.
Okay, so our listeners have sent in a few common myths for us, and we'd like to tackle them each separately. So the first myth we'd like to go on with is people with mental illness have low intelligence. Can you shed some light on that?
So, intelligence has very, very different role, and mental illness is very, very different. So, intelligence is like power of the brain, how brain can handle the different things. While mental illness is mostly disorder with the thought, mood, or behavior. So, a intelligent person can be mentally unwell, and it can happen to low intelligence also. So, there is no relationship with intelligence and mental illness. They are entirely different. Yeah, low intelligence sometimes develop the mental illness, and they are more prominently seen because they, as such, are not able to cope up. While with the mental illness, it becomes more difficult for them.
Right, thank you. The next one we'd like to tackle is that mental illness is somewhat voluntary, that people are pretending or acting to be mentally ill.
See, this is a myth. The reality is that no one in this world wants to be unwell. We all want to be strong, healthy. Rather, we want to be super healthy. And it's become very difficult for anyone to accept that he's unwell. Rather, the problem with the mental illness is that everyone keep refusing that they have a mental illness unless until the things become really bad or serious. So the issue is that no one can voluntarily become unwell. It's coincidence or by chance or biological factors. So you should go and take help on time, then keep ignoring it. You can't deal it on your own, and you need a proper help like any other mental illness.
That's very true. I think you already briefed us a little bit on this one, but let's discuss that mental illness is contemporary with unsuccessful people.
No, mental illness can happen to anybody, and it's not related. So, rather, to deal with unsuccess, you have to be mentally strong. So,
Okay, I think this is a very common one. Mental illness is due to bad company or bad environment.
see, we all want to be in good company, but there are phases we go into bad company. And the mental illness, so everybody who is in bad company does not develop mental illness. Only very few have the mental illness. Rather, a lot of time when we are mentally unwell, we are not able to define what is good for us and what is not good for us. So currently the scenario is if someone is suffering, then he get attracted towards the negative population. So if they are helped on time, there will be no reason they will go into that phase. So this is not related.
The last one would be, if you have a mental illness, no help will work for you.
See, the mental illness is very well treated. There are neurobiological hypotheses where the medicines do change our brain neurotransmitters and help us to deal with it. There are behavior therapies, psychotherapies, and all those are equally effective. So, having this feeling that mental illness cannot be helped is a story of past, but currently it's very well treatable, and we should come forward and take help than going through this difficult phase again.
Right. So, on that note, can you share some valuable resources for us? Any apps, books, anything that will help our listeners?
Definitely, you can come to our site, and we have a lot of information on Tulsi Healthcare, and that would be a valuable resource. But there are a lot of, I think Google has a lot of information, and a lot of time we get misguided by those information. So be careful what you are using. But generally, NIMH has a very good site, NIMHANS has a very good site. So a proper authentic site is much better to get the information than getting misguided.
Right. Thank you. Any practical tips you have for our listeners?
I would say that if you have any issues, share with your family and take help. If you take help, then maybe you will not require help. It's much better to go and get yourself assessed if you feel. So, taking help should be the priority.
Right. So, I think that concludes our episode for today. Most important advice by Dr. Gupta is, if you feel something is wrong, please go seek help. Thank you, Dr. Gupta, for being with us here today. That concludes our episode for today, the role of psychology in mental health, myths versus reality. If you liked our video, please subscribe, share, or leave a review, and we'll see you in our next episode.